General Electric presents Sounds from Outer Space. In 1957, the first man-made satellite probed the universe. Since then, engineers and scientists have been working to improve global communications by the use of space vehicles. In the future, television pictures will be sent around the world through space. To develop equipment and techniques required for space communications, the company's General Engineering Laboratory operates a radio-optical observatory just west of Schenectady, New York. The observatory represents a cooperative effort of the laboratory and 6 of the company's product departments. The observatory is a clearing center for studies in space communications. The satellite signals on this record were received at the observatory. The sound you heard at the beginning was that of Explorer 6. Next you will hear a voice reflected from the moon. The speaker's voice went by wire to Homedale, New Jersey. From there, Bell Telephone Laboratories transmitted the message to the moon using a 10-kilowatt transmitter and a 60-foot diameter radar-type antenna. Upon reflection from the moon, the signal was received back at Schenectady using a 28-foot diameter antenna and an unusually sensitive receiver. The speaker's voice was recorded as he spoke and also upon reflection from the moon to show the delay caused by the long transmission path.
This is General Electric Company, Schenectady, New York.
This is General Electric Company, Schenectady, New York.
My voice is being reflected from the moon.
My voice is being reflected from the moon.
It goes by wire from Schenectady to Homedale, New Jersey.
By wire from Schenectady to Homedale, New Jersey.
Bell Telephone Laboratories transmits it to the moon.
Bell Telephone Laboratories transmits it to the moon.
The reflected signal is received at Schenectady.
The reflected signal is received at Schenectady.
My voice travels nearly 1/2 million miles.
My voice travels nearly 1/2 million miles.
The round trip takes 2 1/2 seconds.
The round trip takes 2 1/2 seconds.
This test is part of a program to determine the usefulness of communication by reflection from the moon. Since the space communications work began at the observatory, several engineering advances have been made in space vehicle tracking and long-range communications. Signals from many satellites and space probes have been recorded. You will now hear the distinctive sounds from 4 space vehicles. The first is Pioneer 4, now in orbit around the Sun. The 2/10 watt transmitter was tracked to over 400,000 miles. 2/10 watt is less than the power used by a flashlight bulb. Sending back radiation counts, the probe sounded like this when it approached one of the radiation belts surrounding the Earth. The pitch of the sound may represent the velocity of a satellite with respect to the receiving station. You will next hear the effect of a change in speed when a rocket stage fired. Satellites have many different purposes, and their measuring systems produce unusual sounds. For example, the Explorer 7 satellite has a signal which reminds one of a bagpipe. When Space Probe Pioneer 5 was 815,000 miles away from the Earth, its signal, passed through a narrowband filter, sounded like this. General Electric's Radio Optical Observatory is a research and development center, pioneering new equipment and knowledge for future long-range communications, space navigation, and space vehicle tracking. By studying the signals from satellites, the company is learning to communicate in outer space. Soon the work of engineers will bring the world population closer together through global communication.